characters is Black Characters in most of comics, but I'll be a little bit more specific. My issue, their titles were saying mistreatment. I'll say this: there has been a effort, to me it seems, to not put them on the mainstream, knowing that when they're looking for material and then there's like multiple different storylines, they don't even do that. But then you'll have like really, really good characters that probably should have rebooted series, started series, animated movies, and some deserve films. Will I contribute that to anything? You could, but let me be optimistic and say when the right directors come with good hearts and good intentions, they will pop up. Granted, it's coming now a little bit more, a little bit faster. We see more documentaries, but I think on the fiction side we can also get some good shine there. Um, but this specific video, we're just gonna look over briefly like 30 best cartoon characters, black cartoon characters of all time. I glanced at the list, but let's see what they got. This should be interesting. Let's go. All right, so cartoon characters were not considered that influential back in the day. Now they impacted us personally, but now the media depicted that specific space of specific piece of media. Let's go. Number 30, Dr. Falsier, The Princess and the Frog. This guy was diabolical. I'm going to be honest with you. I love this movie, and I actually loved his character. I was a huge fan of his ending or demise. Uh, the whole setting and scenery of this movie, picture perfect. I will actually be watching this movie. I do have a little maybe the video after this. I'll talk about like the 5 best black animated movies, or we might mix that into the comics portion. But let's move on. He was a great character. Fat Albert from Fat Albert and Cosby Kids. Didn't see this character that much. Can't recall it that much, but good. Good. Cobra, Bubbles, Lilo, and Stitch. A cartoon character version of Men in Black. That probably is what I was thinking. I've only ever I never paid attention that much to this character because again, side characters need more screen time and need more lines. But again, I just don't recall it that much because I haven't watched this series in a while. So excuse me. Former CIA character, social worker. That's so funny. Cleveland Brown at 27. First off, this is a shame and a crime. He should be much, much higher on the list, probably around 15. But Cleveland brought to the show a very good dynamic. He even had his own show, which, yeah, I'm definitely gonna make a top 5 best animated. Because since the theme is fiction today, we'll keep it that way. We'll do this one. We have 2 other videos basically speaking on the representation of certain characters in comics, black characters in comics, and we'll also rank like 5 shows. So I think that'd be pretty good. But Cleveland, Peter, one of Peter's best friends, always comedic. His family is hilarious. So let's see. Now this one I don't like because Frozone, my boy, should be way higher, way higher. This brother is, let's just say he didn't save their franchise, but he has been a a pretty welcome addition to the Incredible series, and I think definitely grew up with him, childhood favorite. I was even supportive of him getting a miniseries, which he should. A character this good in his limited time probably should have, and he's pretty powerful too. Uh, I'm a stickler for like characters with just absurd power levels too, so a little more than the story side sometimes. Valerie Brown, I have not seen this show, but okay. Who else? 24, Foxy Love, Drawn Together. I've never seen this. Foxy Love is the main character from the adult animated show Drawn Together, which was aired for 3 seasons at the Comedy Central in the beginning of the 2000s. Show was a parody of the then popular MTV show The Real World. Misadventures of housemates in the fictional show that uses sitcom format as a reality TV show setting. Okay. We're strongly against this series, but adults like the humor and references. Yeah, that's typically how it goes. Most people are going to be offended, and not. But I mean, 3 seasons is somebody cared enough. But I can understand people are not gonna like it, but who cares? Mama Odie, this character, she's a piece of work. She's a piece of work. Helping them out. Basically, it's so weird. Like this character, from what I recall, again, I'm gonna watch this movie again. But from what I recall, she was just like a guide, helping to also teach them a lesson. Her and the young prince, the young brother. But I like it. I like it. This is a good one. Now they, instead of putting the whole character here, they just put the proud family. Uh, this this might be one of my shows on my list that I'll be ranking later. But okay, Proud Family as a whole, they probably you can't put everyone higher, but they probably should have been higher. Probably they should be higher. Dr. Hibbert. Okay. Number 5. Oh, psh. Abby. Oh, I was like, there's no way this is her name. I'm like, no. Abby from Kids Next Door. Kids Next Door is one of my favorite shows. I'm gonna just say spoiler right now. It's definitely top 3 on shows, but obviously it's not like exclusively black. But this is just my number on my list of just cartoon shows in general. Probably in the top 3, but definitely a good character. Monique from Kim Possible. I have the faintest memory of her in this show, which is probably a shame because I was a bigger fan than most for Kim Possible, the series itself. So, and she was Kim's closest friend too, which is even weirder because that means I was paying attention to maybe specific episodes or maybe just the fight scenes too much because again, a lot of these shows, fight scenes, magic, I'm just like hooked. Like my eyes not paying attention to any resemblance of a story. Spawn, love it. Vincent Lascelles and Recess. I haven't watched Recess in such a long time, but I'm glad I found his character. I see this coming up. Hey Arnold, Gerard Johansson. I haven't seen Harry Arnold in so long. I got to look into it again. Maybe the movies, maybe some shows. A lot of movies and shows I can revisit, but for this special month, we'll be keeping tabs. But he was a good character. He was one of Arnold's best friends. Pretty good. Grew up together. Show revolves around the 4th grade. This is his grandpa trying to navigate his life in urban settings and his friend encountering and dealing with their problems. Static Shock, one of the goats, one of my actual favorite television series growing up, and Mr. Virgil Hawkins needs his own live action movie and a rebooted series because it is really weird. Like Black Lightning and Static just faded. Like the Black Lightning show, it was fantastic, and I'm glad it went on as long as it did. But yeah, not a fan that they just dropped this. But Static, my personal opinion, Static is like a number. He's number. There's this other characters on this list. You'll be like, I can see why they didn't add him, but he's top 7 to me. He might be even top 5. Cyborg from Teen Titans, like you see this, like, nah, I don't agree with that. Cyborg is great, but is he as impactful as Static? Probably not. He's been shown more, and this is the only. This is probably one of two like fictional black characters that they have put on the big screen. But for him, he hasn't gotten his own solo anything, which he can and should. They've involved him in multiple series, but he deserves it. But he's not more influential than Static, no. Hard to disagree. Garnet from Steven's Universe. I've seen this character a few times. I don't know her, but shout outs to her. Gotta have. Is she powerful? Hold on, let me see. One of the most popular characters of the last decade. Okay, provided with many cool characters, but one stood out. She's one of the tritagonists. Oh, okay. Cool. Being a black woman, Garner's also an LGBTQ icon who received critical acclaim for her portrayal in interpretation. One of the most popular characters in the last few years for a good reason. Okay. I'll check her out. I haven't. Steven's Universe has never been on my list. It's maybe even a Gen Alpha show. It's a few years ahead of me. I watched a episode or two, like, I'm talking like. But, too old to be invested in that now. But I'll check the character out. Miranda Killinger. Nickelodeon's, As Told by Ginger. Seeing the character, it's not like really resonating with the mind, which goes to show how much, again, 2000s, 2026, like, we've moved so far past, like, a lot of the characters in a lot of the shows. So, I can't say if she's as impactful. Well, I'm gonna be honest, a little biased. It's some on this list, like Spawn, Abby. Yeah, it's a few on this list. I don't know. Like, she has to be like a actual like Titan in terms of like presence and stuff to warrant a 12 spot. Granted, this article is a year old. Trixie Carter, shout out to the Carters. Well, most of them at least. American Dragon. Dope show. I do remember this young lady. One of her best friends, yep. She's cool. I actually like that they. Thankfully, this list actually went over all supporting characters. Granted, many of them were not main attractions, but some could say the shows probably only added them for representation purposes, but, well, it helped their shows out a lot, I'll tell you that much. American Dragon, I never cared about like representation too much because, again, it was just a show with like mystical dragons and powers. So, it was cool. American Dragon should have been longer too, but that's a different story. Jodie Landon from Daria. I am not sure who this is. Okay. Wade from Kim Possible, my boy. Batman has Oracle. Kim Possible has Wade. Yeah. This brother was a wizard. Always helping Kim and Ron. Always. Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. I don't know about putting him. He should probably be in the back of this list. But he's just ideologically and just like opposite of the main cast, pulverizing. He represents a totally different side of, honestly, to say, blacks, I guess, in this show. The look, everything, he's meant to be like goofy, not taken seriously. I did respect the hell out of his fight scenes with Huey, I ain't gonna lie. Which, as you saw in the beginning, the peak, he's number one on this list, which I don't mind. But there's actually a few other characters that probably could have been there, but I don't mind it. So yeah, that was a little sneak spoiler. Ruckus was good. Wasn't the best, but he was good. Princess Tiana from Princess and the Frog. Does she deserve number 7? Yeah, I'll rock with it. Again, the character was actually pretty dynamic. It was really good success, I ain't gonna lie. Joe Gardner from Soul. Gotta follow the movie again. A more recent character, Joe Gardner, emerged from the Disney animated musical comedy drama in 2020. The film was critically acclaimed and won several awards. Soul follows the story of painter Joe Gardner, who was involved in an accident before his big break as a gym musician. He tries to reconnect his separated soul and body. Okay, that could be a good movie to watch this month. So again, we are looking at films and we're looking at TV shows and like just things in general for my brothers and sisters this month. So Susie Carmichael from Rugrats. Love it. Rugrats it was the show in the 90s, early 2000s, and those babies and kids were menaces. But love them all. So shout out to my young girl here. This is the guy who I probably think should have number 1, honestly, Miles Morales. Spider-Man, he has his own animated show. He needs to be brought to the live action. They need to stop playing with his name. When we do get to this, so there's a mutant saga coming up in Marvel. I am not sure how they're going to do this. I'm not sure if they're going to do 3 phases of mutant saga, or they're going to spread it out. But I think Supernatural. No, sorry. I'm going way off topic. I think he should be involved in the mutant saga, but there is a Supernatural saga that involves a lot of Marvel characters and Midnight Suns and things like that. And then there's also a vampire entire run, which they could have involved. Like it has, I think it had Black Panther, it had Blade, it has Miles. It has a lot of characters that I just saw. I can't remember the comic, the run, but I'll look it up again and I'll just correct myself, or you can correct me in the comments. He should be there. This 2 movies, Into the Spider-Verse, are probably some of the best. These are really high on my list of just animated fiction, and especially for like Black History Month or just period. I think this is really good. Puerto Rican black young teenager Miles is he did a lot. I ain't gonna lie. His the series is crazy, especially the villain. The villain is absurd. Like I don't understand how they just introduced like multiversal villains and like, yeah. I'm like, okay, look, I love it. I'm a degenerate in terms of comics, so I don't care. You can go multiversal on a planet. You can do what you want. As long as you make it more entertaining, I don't mind. The more wacky, the better. Robert Freeman from the Boondocks. This old man is just been through hell and back, and I love it. Taking care of his grandkids. He's the goat. Um, I don't know what to tell you. The show ran on for so long. It should have been continued. The Boondocks should receive something. Ryan Coogler, someone associated. This series probably should be back. This is spoiler going to be on my top five. I'm expanding my list of like animated shows and movies to 10 because there's just so many that you can just you're gonna miss a few, and I want to give all the shows respect, so I don't want to make nobody mad. Storm, the goddess. Storm. At number three is fine. Honestly, I'm very glad. She has been mainstream. She could, and she actually even has her own solo runs, at least in comic solo runs. She just had a huge boost in power. Being I believe, is it not a herald for eternity, but a conduit of some sort. And the run was pretty good. They were fighting guys that basically were above oblivion. So like the relevance has always been there. The cultural importance has always been there. The power is fantastic. I'm glad they specified, and I'm glad that the creators did three things. They were more than happy with having female strong leads who were stronger than most of the guys on the team, and they were fine with that. I'm also glad that they were able to hold on. I'm also glad that they were able to like just specify like what exactly she is capable of, how she is influential to the broad story as a whole. You know, good relationships across most of the Marvel spectrum, Black Panther and more. She should honestly. We will see what this new reboot brings. So like, Doomsday, Secret Wars, all that stuff. Aside, I mean, to jump to another story really quick, should hopefully make the mutants front and center first, but with the Avengers storyline, hopefully they bridge some of those characters like the Wakanda storyline and parts of Africa. Hopefully, like there's something there, like there's a story, specific slots for her and others there. That would be cool, and we shouldn't skip that because again, you're rebooting, so like you should have enough story and time to tell it because you've already went through one. So the animated series 2 was also fantastic. Black Panther from Marvel. Shout out to Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, you legend. This is well deserved, honestly. He could be one. Yeah, this top five is actually fantastic. He came. Black Panther was out in 2017 or 2018. The character has been here for a long time. He's been a part of a lot of shows. All of the movies were so well received. The second one was probably not the most received, but they have a chance to redeem themselves with the final one of this trilogy. So, and Denzel is going to be playing a villain that it should be Sinner-esque, which is probably the best way to end that series. I'm gonna be honest. Like, sorry, in that chapter of that trilogy, or in the trilogy, that chapter, X, Y, and Z. And last but not least, my young man Huey Freeman from the Boondocks. I'm gonna be honest, I loved his philosophical side. He's a great fighter. They should have more scenes of him fighting. When they reboot this series, it should be following him exclusively as a teenager and adult. I'm gonna be honest. I'm actually curious because I always had a theory. I'm like, is this the Black Samurai? Like, I know this was only me, but I've always thought to myself it was like a funny joke. I would just throw out there. I'm like, what if he was just like the Black Samurai from like another series? Because everything about him is just, I don't know. A, how did he get half of the skills he has? B, like it. You would think it was like a joke, but I thought it was pretty funny. A revolutionary left wing radical. Oh, who regularly reflects on the happenings in American society and questions the reality of the United States and America he lives in. This was a great show. Extremely intelligent and charismatic. Yeah. Cynical and too mature for such a young boy. This was a good character for the youth. I'll be honest. He did a lot of good things. And with that being said, bring this show back. You brought Samurai Jack back, and that was fantastic. Now bring this one back. We need 5 seasons, 15 to 20 episodes of him as a teenager. You can bring the brother too, but let's do it. Let's make it happen. But that's the most influential, most popular characters list of all time. In 2026, is this accurate? I would say no, not the order. But honestly, this is some of the best, at least in terms, some, I would say there's about like 5 to 10 that I just am not familiar with or just forgotten. But some are definitely deserving and they need their own shows. So that's it for this one. We got more coming, y'all. The month is right. Peace.